Okay, there's a misconception I want to address about Bruno Fernandes. Yeah, most times you see me hammering on Bruno Fernandes, and I say he's not helping the team, he's not doing well. I mean, he should be out of the team. Most times you see me do that. Now, I am not doing that out of hatred or something. I don't hate Bruno Fernandes. I mean, I love him. He's one of the best things that have happened to Manchester United. It is just the fact that it's reminding us that we have actually not replaced Paul Scholes. And I did a comparison the other day and I said, if you're giving Paul Scholes and you're giving Bruno Fernandes to be in your team, who would you choose? And rightfully, most persons say putting the two of them in the same sentence is actually very embarrassing. It doesn't make sense. They shouldn't even be in the same sentence. I mean, Scholes is ahead of Bruno Fernandes. And it begs the question, why do you guys keep on doing this? Now, is Bruno Fernandes good? Yes. But do you know that we've so idolized him, we've made him God that we forget that football is a team game. And if in this 2025, yeah, in this new age of football, you do not realize that one person cannot be the star as always, as we claim to be, then I don't know what you're watching football for. I don't know what you're watching football for. I'll use the Barcelona team for example. We're all crying, Lami Yamal, Lami Yamal, Lami Yamal. But who is doing that dirty job to make it happen? Rafinha. No Rafinha, Yamal does not come to the party. It's as simple as that. Now, in Liverpool, the year they had Mane, Salah, and Firmino. Without Firmino most times and without Mane together with him, with Salah, Salah does not come to the party. Will Salah play? Yes, but you won't see him being that effective because there are people that are going to do the dirty job for him and do it very well. There are people that their influence in that team is going to make whatever he's doing very easy. Now, do we have that in mind? You No, we've not had that for a long time. When Bruno initially came, we had Pogba. He had to compete with Pogba for his place before Pogba was now carried back to as well play for him. So then we had two creators. We had Pogba and we had Bruno Fernandes. Two people to create. When Pogba left and we had Fred and McTominay, we had those two to always cover for Bruno. Fred running helter scatter everywhere around the field to mark everybody. McTominay doing that forward runs, which he's doing right now, slotting him into pocket spaces. So Bruno had time to roam anywhere in the field, anywhere in the final third. But one thing that we are failing to understand is what is Bruno? No matter the position you want to put him, you say 10, 8, 6, 4, whatever position you actually want to put. Bruno is first what? A midfielder. The primary job of a midfielder is to distribute pass, to hold the ball, to create chances for the attacker. What's the role of an attacking midfielder? Create chances for your nine first. I mean, you're playing behind him. Give him the pass. Find him. And that's why this whole Oilon thing is just funny because, I mean, it's very evident to see why we've been struggling. But I've noticed it for a while that even during Ten Hag time, we needed Ericsson and his passes. We also needed Casemiro to play all those passes. You would never find Bruno in that midfield pocket. He wants to be out there looking for the goals. Your primary job is not to score goals. Your primary job is to create goals, not score them. And it's not by spamming long passes. Is it good? Yes, if you are doing counter attack. When we are playing normal game, it is not to spam pass. Do the easy pass. The easy passes sometimes makes the ball flow. It makes the opponents be at a disadvantage because they don't know your next trick. You can do that short pass, work with your midfielders, work with your right back and your left back or your wing backs, and then when you spam that pass, they are not even expecting it. It's out of the blues. So again, I don't hate Bruno, and I think Magrobich was saying that Bruno has to play, blah blah blah. Then he asked AI for our best team, and Bruno is not in there. Who said so? I did. I said right from beginning that if Amorim wants to succeed while playing 3-4-2-1 or playing 3-4-2-1, yes, which he plays, Bruno does not have a place in this team. He cannot excel. He cannot. He's not used to playing and holding the ball in the midfield. He's going to easily get attacked. He's going to easily lose the ball, and he cannot press either as a 10. Regardless of how he wants to do it, he cannot press as a 10 because he's not going to be in his position at all times. He's always going to want to find pocket of spaces, look for the passes. And I also said is that Bruno has caused a lot of harm to Manchester United. Now, hear me out. In the sense that everybody depends on Bruno to actually play. You cannot depend on one player at all times to play and control the ball and do everything. It's not possible. You watch Dalo play, Dalo will get to the attack, and instead of him to cross the ball most times, or instead of him to dribble past the defender, he wants to pass back to Bruno so that Bruno will throw the cross. And he puts sick in the head. Because he knows Bruno is always going to be around the attack. Why can't you do your primary job as a midfielder and hold the ball, dictate play? What is so hard in doing that? Nothing. But will he do it? No. And will many fans come for the manager for telling Bruno to do his basic primary role? Yes. So it is what it is. I mean, you can come on here and shout and the rest. But if you listen to Nonso FC yesterday, he said Bruno has played with Ronaldo, who is one of the best attackers in the world of all time. But he has only given Ronaldo 4 assists in that Portugal team and in Manchester United when they've played together. 4 assists. Ronaldo as a striker, you as a 10, and you've only given 4 assists. What kind of, there's no extra third word allowed. What kind of stats is that? So who are people creating the chance? Left back, right back, wingers, and the rest. What is the 10 doing? Nothing. You will say Bruno flourishes in Portugal, but really sit down to watch most times. You will see that he's lost. He only comes in the game when there is a goal to score. And if you watch Bruno in Man U when Ronaldo was there, it was as if both of them were dragging for a space because Ronaldo will always find himself in the space to score goal. He knows how to position himself. But Bruno also wants to be in that space. Dude, if you want to play 9, go and play 9. Don't tell me you're a 10, but you're in the 9. So if Bruno is going to succeed in Man U with this formation, is either he's playing as a false 9 or he's not even playing at all. Because he cannot play as a 10. He can't press. He can't lead the front press either. He does not have that energy levels to run that place. So he's not going to be able to do that. He can also play as a midfielder. It's not either going to work. So the only way is to play as a false 9. But can he do that? Well, he can. But is this something we would love to see as fans? I no, we don't want to see that. We want him to play as a 10. So it's crazy. Yes, you can come and bash me. I honestly don't care. I've had this for a long while. I've been saying it subtly, but I think it's high time we say it. Bruno in the team is not helping every other person to grow. We don't have midfielders who are willing to try out that passes, who are willing to go long, who are willing to go short, because we are overly dependent on Bruno as a club, overly dependent. We don't have a replacement for Bruno. And for Bruno to actually play, even when we play 4-3-3, he needs 2 people to cover his ass. And those 2 people cannot be Casemiro and Ugarte because they don't have the legs. Those people cannot be Casemiro and Mainu because they don't have the legs. Well, Ugarte and Mainu can try. But it's not either going to be possible because Ugarte is not even good in passing. So should we put 2 people to hold somebody to actually flourish, or should we make the whole team good? Which would you prefer? I told someone yesterday that if we have to change the whole setup because of one person, then it's not worth it. And I stand by it. It is actually not worth it. If Bruno is not making this team to excel, if Bruno is not making this system to work, get him out of the team. That's my opinion, and I stand on it. Peace.